You can have it all. Great pay, awesome benefits, a flexible schedule, the chance to grow. At Cox, we're recruiting auto and diesel technicians to join our Mannheim and Fleet Services teams. If you're ready for a new job and want to experience an award-winning workplace, drive your career forward with us. Visit cox.career/autotech to learn more. That's cox.career/autotech.
Welcome to the Sackheads Against Tyranny. It is Wednesday night. It is the 19th of September, the year of our Lord 2018. I am the Sackheads BZ. Across the way is Sackheads Clint. I am the bulbous one. He is the contrarian one. And tonight, we comprise the Sackheads Against Tyranny, otherwise known as the Shat Show. So actually what happens is this. Clint and BZ tear through the gristle of today's screaming headlines and rip out the sinewy tendons of truth ensconced within, all from the hoary streets of Shatramento Pornicalia, exposing the trembling toadies, the sniveling jackanapes, and the fripperous fop-doodles, infesting leftist and progressive brain-housing groups nationally. Welcome to Mary Brockman in chat. Bring people, Mary. Bring people. Bring friends. Bring buddies. And that's the way it rolls. Okay, everybody, thanks for listening tonight. Really appreciate it. Stand by for tomorrow night. We're going to have Bloviating Zeppelin, me back on. So thanks for listening, and appreciate you for staying with us for the 2-hour show, and really, really appreciate it. And so we're going to play the outro. Oh, we just started, didn't we?
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you even doing over there?
I know, it's kind of weird, isn't it? You know, I got to move this. I got to move this keyboard so
I can't
that I
even
can pull
see you.
the.
You have these big ass screens.
I know.
You have like a shield.
I'm pulling the mic over here so that I can actually look at you.
You're like in a booth. I see like half of your face.
I know.
And
I know. I still.
We need to elevate. Okay, so I have an idea.
I have not figured out how to make all this GURP work. I mean, folks, you can't see it, but there's two big-ass Spectre screens in front of us right now.
Oh, yeah.
Spectre, that was a James Bond evil thing, wasn't it? Spectre?
It was also a Scooby-Doo ghost character, right? There was the Spectre.
Now, see, I never watched Scooby-Doo.
What?
No.
What?
No, I
what kind of communist are you? And you're wearing red, comrade.
I'm all in red tonight.
Holy smokes.
I know.
Yeah.
What's a mother to do? So to see you now, I either have to look up at the TV.
That's what I have to do.
Or look up at the monitor over here.
Mm-hmm.
Or I
okay.
can see a little bit of you to the left of the
I have an
TV
idea,
screen
BC.
here.
So we shift over that monitor block that you have, and we shift it over about 6 to 8 inches, and we put the picture
this way
correct.
In front of you.
Yes.
So I can't see you?
Yes, but hear me out.
Okay.
We take my picture, so the split screen that we have up in the studio monitors,
right,
and we put my picture on that monitor right in front of you.
Oh, so it's there all the time.
It's a virtual me. Yeah,
okay.
and then I take my monitor that I have here on my left.
I see what you're saying.
And I put it right in front of me, and I have a picture of you. and we basically just stare at each other.
Okay. So we don't need to look at each other anymore.
No.
All
we basically just stare at each other.
Yeah, all we need to do is just, as long as we're seeing a facsimile of each other.
Yes.
That's good enough.
And I'll tell you what, it's really, really, really connecting us with like the millennials. Because there's no face-to-face communication anymore, right? It's all like like this, head in the phone, or it's via a screen. I think that would really bring us to the next level in terms of our show and ability to connect with the younger generation, because those are the minds we really need to reach.
So, hear me out. Here's a question. This just popped into my brain now.
Okay.
Group right now. Mike just came into chat. Welcome to Mike.
Hello,
Good
Mike.
to see you. What if Apple comes out with a new phone that doesn't have a phone, but you can still text? Because I don't know if you know it or not. Maybe you can ask your kids. Well, they're not Gen Zs. What are your kids now? Gen Zs are the newest generation that I'm aware of. Is there a newer generation than Gen Z? Because your kids are like
Let
8.
me look.
8.
I have in that age range.
So
I have all the way up to 23.
Okay,
if
but
you
if you're
recall.
if you're a young
I look
kid,
really good for my age.
I know, really, that's true. If that's true, though, and you do,
If it's true that I look good for my age,
if you do,
no, that's true.
I know it is true.
Oh.
If you have an 8-year-old, what are 8-year-olds called now? Oh,
kids.
But in terms of generation,
Oh.
what
I'm
would they be?
looking. The generations. Which generation are you?
Because
right here.
my parents, who have both passed away, they were the greatest generation. Now I'm a boomer.
So the lost generation was, I didn't even know there was the lost generation. Did you know that? Yep.
Oh.
1890 to 1915.
Lost generation.
I
wasn't aware of that.
The interbellum generation. Which is
1920s?
No, 1901 to 1913. So it was kind of like the lost generation.
Wow.
And then the interbellum generation. And then you had the generation of 1914. Why that's different, I don't know. You had the greatest generation.
Right, now I know what they are.
1910 to 1924.
Right. They fought. Basically, they're the people that fought World War II.
Yes, they did. The silent generation. 1925 to 1945. Baby boomers, 1946, right after the war, to 1964. Gen X, which is me. I'm a Gen Xer, 1965 to 1979.
All right.
You're a baby boomer, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm a Gen Xer.
All day long.
The Xennials,
Xennials,
1975 to 1985. So there's some...
You can have it all. Great pay, awesome benefits, a flexible schedule, the chance to grow. At Cox, we're recruiting auto and diesel technicians to join our Mannheim and Fleet Services teams. If you're ready for a new job and want to experience an award-winning workplace, drive your career forward with us. Visit cox.career/autotech to learn more. That's cox.career/autotech.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
overlap between the Gen X and the Xennials, that overlap being 1975 to 1979.
Xennials.
Millennials, Gen Y and Gen Next, 1980 to 1994.
Okay.
iGen, or Gen Zers.
Now, see, that's what I'm familiar with. That's the newest generation.
No, it's not.
Now, that's the newest generation I'm familiar with.
So that's 1995 to 2012. So I do have.
Well, then your 8-year-old would be Gen Zer, then.
Gen Zer, yes. However,
right? I mean, by just a squeak.
Just a squeak. But then my youngest is a Gen Alpha.
Gen Alpha.
2013 to 2025.
Gen Alpha. So, okay, maybe we're going back to the alphabet again. Then the next one will be Generation Beta.
I don't know.
And then Charlie Delta Echo
Charlie Echo
Delta Echo Foxtrot.
So, if that answers there, they're Gen Alpha.
Okay.
And who knows what the heck that's going to be like? That's going to be bizarre. The stuff that they're going to get to see.
Yeah. Welcome to Beantown. Well, I can't say it that way.
Yeah, you gotta say
welcome to Beantown, Billy. I just like to say Beantown, Billy. Welcome
He's
to
from Boston, correct?
I'm pretty sure, because Boston is Beantown. Now watch. In chat, he's going to come back and say, no, dummy, I'm from Indiana.
Maybe.
He could be.
He could be. We don't know.
He could be.
If
from
he is
Indiana.
from Boston, clearly he and Sean are kindred spirits.
Right.
Correct.
As well they should be.
As well they should be.
Because when you have a name like Beantown Billy, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, and if he's from...
Because Boston is Beantown.
And if he is from Boston...
Guadalajara is Beantown.
That's messed up. You can't say that. That's racist. We have EEO policies here at SHR.
Of course we do.
God damn. Fuck, now I have to put you on notice, BZ.
I know I'm going to get I'm going to get an NOV for that. By the way, for people that don't know, at the SHR, when you sign the SHR contract, you're subject to NOVs, okay? Those are notices of violation.
Yes.
And I may just recently, before not before the show ends because Clint wants to talk, but after the show concludes, I may be handed my very own NOV, which is a notice of violation.
Of the verbal morality code.
Right. I forget what
name
page.
Name the movie.
Verbal morality.
John Spartan, you're fined X number of credits for violation of the verbal morality code.
Oh, damn it,
John
Jim.
Spartan, you are fined.
Oh,
anyone in the chat room? Anyone?
By the way, Beantown Billy says he's from Jamaica Plain. Sean, this is great. Beantown Billy says, I'm from Jamaica Plain. Sean is from some ghetto. Beantown Billy, I love you already, dude.
That's funny. I have no idea where Jamaica Plain is.
No, I don't either. By the way, hey, Beantown Billy, where is...
Demolition Man. Go ahead.
Demolition Man.
Yeah, that was the name of the movie that it was from. John Spartan.
Demolition Man.
Wesley Snipes, Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See, now, I'm fairly good with movies, but...
apparently not.
I missed that one.
How did you miss that one?
Somehow,
Jamaica Plain's in Boston.
I guess I wasn't there.
Jamaica Plain is in Boston.
Okay, now, before the show started, you said you have a story for me. And then I said I have a story for you. So folks always know that I love Clint stories. So Clint,
yeah, but I told you this isn't a great story.
It's not a first person.
It's not a first person.
It's not a Clint first person.
No, it's a story that was related to me from a friend of mine, and it's just going to piss you off.
But if it's told by you, that's what makes it an official Clint story. So
I suppose.
Let's hear it from you first, though.
I suppose. It's not going to be like a traditional Clint story like you guys know and love.
Okay.
So I had a friend of mine who went to the 49er game.
Okay.
And pre-football game, I think it was the Detroit Lions game.
Okay, now this is like recently?
Oh yeah, like Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
And I guess I was not at the game, so again, this is relayed to me from a friend. And the Detroit Lions players are lined up. Big Garrison flag comes out onto the field, and introductions about who is going to be singing the national anthem, and then the song just begins.
Okay.
What did I leave out?
Kneeling.
Okay. Think you're in the stands, and
if
the flag is coming out, the singer is there. They announce the singer. The national anthem is going to be sung by blah blah blah, and then singing begins. What's left out?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
Okay. And this is in San Francisco. This
is in Santa Clara, but
this is in the new stadium.
The new stadium, the San Francisco 49ers. They did not ask the crowd in the stands to rise for the national anthem.
And so you would never know that, because TV's not going to play that. I'm sure that...
Correct.
Now, let me preface this by saying that I've been true to my own self. Mm-hmm. I have not watched a full NFL game since late 2016.
Yeah, I have not watched an NFL game this year either.
So
I didn't watch it last year either.
I don't know now, and maybe people in chat can tell us, I don't know if... if the networks are covering, even if they're even covering the singing of the national anthem, or if you're hearing, if they allow you to hear the announcer, whatever the announcer may say, prior to the national anthem.
I don't know.
I don't know that.
Because I haven't watched. But the fact that the San Francisco 49ers organization, and again, I did not witness this firsthand. That is my caveat to this. However,
I don't see any reason why your friend would lie to you about that.
I do not doubt.
Nope.
I do not doubt this person at all. I have known this person for many, 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 many years, and I know this person to be honorable and honest, and I have zero doubt as to the truth of the story. But I do have to say, for the sake of transparency, that I was not there. So
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Did not witness this firsthand. But, yeah, apparently a neighbor looked over and said, I guess we're not standing anymore?
Did we just miss something?
We miss this? Yeah. And you are not hearing about this on the news? I don't know which media networks would even know about it. I know SHR does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said, it's not a great Clint story, right? There's no like jackassery involved or anything like that. but it's something that I felt needed to be shared in case anybody out there is still wanting to watch fucking football. And why would you when baseball's on?
Thank you for taking the words right out of my mouth. Why would you want to do that? When do we get the series?
Coming up, I think there's only like 10 or 11 games left.
Okay.
The Red Sox are crushing it. Although I think they lost tonight to the Yankees, which is very depressing for me because, as everybody knows, I am an Oakland Athletics fan. I really want the A's to take over the number 1 wild card spot because I do not want to play New York in New York.
And so, how close? Because I don't follow baseball.
That's blasphemy.
I have a team. I have a favorite team though.
Who?
I like the Milwaukee
Brewers. Yes.
When was the last time the Brewers went to the Super Bowl? 1901?
Super Bowl? I don't think they've ever been to the Super Bowl because that'd be weird.
That was 1901.
That's the NFL.
Yeah. Didn't they get
Super Bowl.
The big hockey
you mean the
cup?
World? Yes, they got the big hockey cup.
The big hockey cup?
Yep. Yeah, they did. And that was, I think, 1724.
24.
Yeah, I think it was
I wasn't sure about that. But that's my favorite baseball team. I'm a big Milwaukee Brewers fan.
Because of the beer?
It's too bad that Kettle One doesn't have a baseball team because then they would be my new
What if Diet Pepsi had a baseball team? What if Diet Pepsi had a baseball team?
What would they be called? The Flaming Hares?
No, the Diet Pepsis.
They got to come up with. They would need to be named the Diet Pepsi. So
no, they wouldn't, right? Because they could be the Sacramento Diet Pepsis.
I don't know. That's too close to the Sacramento diocese.
Unless you're...
or the Sacramento dialysis.
Unless you're talking about like private companies. Why can't a private company have a Major League Baseball team? Right? The Diet Pepsi bottlers.
Well, you remember RoboCop was corporate sponsored.
Yes.
Out of RoboCop originally was in Detroit.
Yes.
And
the original RoboCop,
the original, the first, the
Omnicorp. Was it Omnicorp?
It was Omni. God, that's good. Wait, you deserve a bell for that one.
Thank you.
Omnicorp. And who played RoboCop? Because I can tell you, he was also in one of my favorite camp movies of all time, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh,
Peter Weller.
Peter Weller, that's right. Murphy. It was Officer Murphy.
He was and that cute little 80s hottie that was his partner that got shot. And I can't think of her name.
I can picture her.
I can picture her as well.
But I can't think of her name.
I just cannot think of her name. Okay, I have a story.
Okay.
Now, I need to preface this to remind everyone that you have a motorcycle.
I do.
And for years and years and years, I've had motorcycles. My last motorcycle was 2010. I had a Yamaha TW200, which was an enduro kind of motorcycle. And I almost killed myself on that. And I figured, okay, I think my time on motorcycles is up. So before that, though, I had a 82 BMW R100 RT. Beautiful, gorgeous motorcycle. And we had BMW Motor Talk about a month and a half ago.
Yes, we did.
Because you have a beautiful BMW motorcycle. Yeah, you have a K-Series, I think, right?
No, I don't. I have an R1100 RT.
R1100, okay. And it's this beautiful, like, red color, but it's not like red. It's kind of a beautiful, muted, really nice, classy BMW color.
Amaretto Rot.
Rot.
The name.
That's
how
you.
What I say rot because.
Well, I know because that's how it's spelled.
Right.
Auf Deutsch es rot. So here's and I want to find out: would you do this?
Probably.
Really?
Probably.
Really?
If you have to ask if I would do something, the answer is going to be probably. And Sean can verify this. Because my mantra in life has been, what could possibly go wrong?
Okay.
That's the name of the book. It's the name of my book.
Yeah, it is. Because I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure.
And the question that I'm going to ask is, would you do this?
Would I do what?
Okay. So here's a story. I just was poodling around in motorcycles, and then I came across this site called Interesting Engineering.
Okay.
And the title, the headline is this: BMW unveils autonomous motorcycle that aims to make riding safer. Now, it's not here, and I can't put it up on the screen.
I've seen a picture of it.
But it looks like it's one of their...
looks like a Tron motorcycle.
It looks like one of their adventure bikes.
I call it the Tron motorcycle.
And so it's not a street bike, but it's loaded with tons of those big square bags that you would put on an adventure motorcycle. And BMW makes a really big one that's really popular. Mm-hmm. I think it's a 1200 cc, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, they make several. They make several of them. They make they had from a 650 single piston all the way up to the 1200.
Oh wait, here we go.
It's their GS.
Yeah, bingo. You got it. BMW Motorrad has released a video of its new BMW R1200 GS. Okay, so it's a GS.
Okay.
Moving by itself around a test track. So I looked at that video, and it's freaky. This motorcycle is going in a turn around a circle, riderless, by itself. There's no outriggers, nothing like that. It's banking, it's leaning into the turn by itself. So I took a big cup of what the fuck when I saw that video.
Right.
And so the story says BMW is taking the safety of motorcycle riders to a new level by introducing self-driving technologies to its bikes. So there's the video. It was just released, and it shows this new BMW R1200 GS maneuvering around a test track without a driver. And I go back to the freaky, because that thing is really bizarre. The bike, this is the other thing. In that video that you can watch, the bike starts, stops, turns while it's leaning, and brakes all by itself. Self-driving technology has advanced at a rapid pace in the last few years, and its introduction to motorcycles would mean a much safer ride. So
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
BMW says they want to increase rider safety. They said they've been working on the technology for over 2 years. They don't have plans to build a fully autonomous bike, but rather put features into a bike that would make for a much safer riding experience, offering more stability in critical riding situations. So question.
Yes.
Would you feel comfortable, I'm not going to go to the autonomous part just yet. Would you feel comfortable with semi-autonomous technology in your BMW?
Comfortable? It depends. Comfortable how? Like safer, comfortable, I suppose.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like, and anybody that rides, I think can vouch. It's not about, like, you climb on a motorcycle, you know it's dangerous. Right?
Right. And that goes without saying, and that's part of what you do.
And part of the ride is being able to read the road and control your speed through the turn,
right?
And
because you're completely exposed to the elements, and you're looking
and feel what the bike's doing.
Yeah, exactly. You're
brake
looking
on your own.
You're looking for that atmosphere.
Yeah,
it is an atmosphere.
I think an autonomous bike, even a partially autonomous bike, would take away from that. So it's good. I think it's good for some of those riders that like to split traffic at 70 miles per hour when traffic is on the freeway going 10. Right, those people are knuckleheads, and they give those of us that,
which is weird because of all the crazy things that you cannot do in California.
That's legal.
You can still split lanes in California.
It's called lane sharing. Perfectly legal to do.
You have a motorcycle.
Yep.
You can still do that.
Perfectly legal to do. But you think of motorcyclists that shoot the gap, do stupid stuff.
Oh, I saw a couple of guys doing stupid crap on the way here in Harleys.
And so I think that having a partially autonomous motorcycle may help with some of that, right? Because the bike's not going to let you accelerate and shoot that gap if you're too close, or it doesn't have X amount of clearance.
Well, see, what would it do? Okay,
but here's what I would worry about.
Then? What would it do if it didn't like you?
I don't know.
Approaching two cars, and for whatever reason it thought, okay, you're not going to be able to split that and not hit, I don't know, say your mirror. What's that bike going to do?
I don't know. Will it brake? And that's the other thing. You're not strapped on. It's not like an autonomous car, right? So if the bike does something weird that you're not expecting.
Yeah, if it locks that shit up, you won't be a happy camper.
Well, not only that, but if you're in a turn and let's say something happens and, hey, you know what? The best course of action may be for me to hang on and accelerate through this turn and lean more. That maybe... Is the bike going to brake and then destabilize me? Is it gonna brake and then a bunch of computer is going to maintain the stabilization, but I'm not ready for it, so I'm going to slip? And I think there's once you fuck with a bike.
See, what if the sensors on a bike and there would be a bunch. It wouldn't be just a single sensor. What if, given a certain circumstance, what if all the sensors in that bike determined that in order to save you, the best thing to do would be to lay down that bike?
Yeah, maybe. I wear full gear, so that it would hurt. I wear full gear. I'm not one of those riders that goes out in shorts and flip flops.
But it's not. But what kind of a heads up could it give you?
Probably none.
Excuse me, Clint. I'm sensing a situation that's not going to be good for both of us, and I have determined that the best thing to do is go right the fuck to the road right now. It's not going to tell you that. It's just going to do it.
So I don't know if I'd feel comfortable because I don't know enough about it. Would I ride it? Sure I would, because why the hell not? It's got two wheels, and I'm curious, so I'd ride it.
Okay.
But would it be ideal for me? I would say probably not. Look, you've probably ridden two up, right? You got somebody on the back, and they scratch their ass funny.
The worst thing to do when you have a passenger on a motorcycle, and folks that have ever ridden a motorcycle with a virgin passenger, is for them to not lean into the turn with you. Because now you've got to fight them, and you've got to fight the bike, and
physics.
You've got to fight the rotation, the handlebars.
You've got to fight physics.
One of the first things that we teach at EVOC and motorcycling is at high speed, when you push the right handlebar, you're going to go left.
Yeah.
Excuse me. No, you're going to go right. And when you push the left handlebar, you're going to go left. It's the gyroscopic effect in the front wheel. It's just, so let me ask this. We got 2 more minutes before the bottom of the hour.
I'm going to take another part of this, so we may be a little bit late. Go ahead.
Okay. But the question
because I think I have a story, actually, and I don't think I told you the story.
Okay. I love your stories. Dude, I love your stories. Okay. The question is this. Is this an attempt by BMW, because they're usually on top of technology before anybody else?
Yeah.
And they clearly are with this. Is this an attempt by BMW to try to get Gen Z new riders in who are not necessarily all about the experience, but it would be kind of like cool, dude, to, like have an autonomous motorcycle?
Maybe. And I'll tell you what, I can see it more on a GS bike. I just sold my GS, by the way. I can see it more on a GS bike.
I didn't know you had a GS.
I did. I had a black 650 GS. That was my first bike. Loved it.
Oh, okay.
Loved it. Can't ride it.
The 650 is the single cylinder, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep, single piston. Great bike. Took that thing. Thing was awesome.
Everywhere.
But I can see it on a GS bike maybe because your terrain, you're off-road, you're slipping, and so it gives you a little bit more stability. But I don't know. You almost got to be. I mean, you almost have to have a little bit of dirt riding ability on a GS also because of some of the terrain.
Yeah, because of the places that you can more readily take that motorcycle than you can a strict, like that 6-cylinder K model, the one where you're driving your living room.
Yeah, the K1600 I think is one now.
It's like driving your living room couch down the freeway.
Yeah. So did I tell you about the Harley-Davidson shop in Asheville, North Carolina that I went into?
No, but you're going to.
Okay. So
that's why I like Clint stories. I love Clint
I can't believe I didn't tell you the story. So I love this story. I actually sent a picture to people. So I was in Asheville, North Carolina, and I was there with family. And one member of my family rides Harley-Davidson, loves Harley-Davidson. Actually, a couple of members of my family love Harley-Davidson. Me and my brother love BMWs. But he wanted to go to a Harley shop, my father-in-law.
Okay.
Wants to go to a Harley shop in Asheville. Awesome. That's cool. Let's go to the Harley shop, right?
Sure. It's going to be warm. It's going to be humid.
Yeah, going to be nice. Pick my dad up something because he's a Harley rider also.
Oh, there you go. Pick him up a nice T-shirt.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com. Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Sure. A code or something.
Yep. So we roll in there, and we roll into the parking lot. And as we're coming up, there are at least 100, 150 Harleys out front. And it's a big Harley shop.
Okay, and you're not in South Dakota right now.
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay, because I associate that with South Dakota.
I am in North Carolina right now. This is all at the Harley shop, and there's a smoker out front and a band playing, and go around the back, and I'm like, holy shit! It's a rally.
Oh, cool! And I bet it smelled. It smelled great.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was actually pretty cool. Like,
where's the ribs?
So it's a big rally, and there's a big smoker. Like I said, all these people out, all these bikes, and there's some beautiful Harley Davidson motorcycles. There really
sure there are.
And so, and I have nothing against Harley. They're great bikes, and I don't like the riding position. I'm more comfortable with the Beamer. I like the performance of the Beamer, and right. I'm a Beamer guy.
Well, the other thing is I have to tell people that I'm a little short, fat dude, so I fit on a Harley because I'm a little shorter in the inseam. You're a 6'2" dude, so you can sit on top of an RTP or an RT much more readily than I could. When I was doing motors and stuff like that, man, I had to I was doing the foot dab stuff.
That's funny. So we roll around back in park where all the cars are parking, kind of way back in the back 40, and it dawns on me. I'm at a Harley shop in North Carolina.
Right.
Surrounded by Harley guys.
Okay.
Harley gear everywhere.
Right.
And I'm wearing...
Go ahead.
I am wearing a BMW Motorrad shirt.
Perfect.
And I get out of the car, and I shut the door, and Boxwine looks at me, and she says, "Would you like to change your shirt?"
Okay, you could have been wearing my hat because I have a T-shirt and a hat from BMW that says BMW Police Authority Motors.
Yeah.
So you could have been wearing one of those shirts or one
BMW
of those
Motorrad.
hats.
And what do you think my response was?
No.
Absolutely not.
No, hell.
Fuck them.
I'm not changing that for
Absolutely
nobody.
not. I am going to walk into this fucking Harley shop with all these Harley guys at this rally with my not just BMW. There's no mistaking like maybe I have a Beamer car. It says BMW Motorrad right across the front in big-ass letters.
Can't get much more clear than that.
With right above the top behind the neck, Ozzy's BMW on the back.
Oh, dude. Oh.
And
I'm fist bumping you from here, dude.
Yeah, and down the sleeve, BMW Motorrad, right? And it was I rocked it, and I
Ozzy.
walked in.
What a dude!
And it was great, and I was laughing my ass off on the inside. And here's the thing, for those of you who don't ride motorcycles, why this is so funny. If you ride a motorcycle, you'll get why this is actually freaking hilarious and kind of ballsy.
Yeah, because it's a community, but the communities sometimes don't
get along,
communicate
so well,
with each other.
They
can be a little, I don't know. Would it be proper to say a little insular sometimes?
Yeah, like you have your BMW guys.
Right.
You've got your Harley guys.
They're over there.
And sometimes you'll get groups like...
And then you get your rice burners over here.
Yeah, like I'll ride with my family because they're my family, or friends that have Harleys because we know each other.
And they're not going to give you crap.
No.
Your family.
But if you get one or two Harleys and they're riding by a group of Beamer guys... I wave to everybody.
I sure
I
did.
wave to everybody.
You betcha.
But there are those in both communities that are fucking dicks.
That won't.
They won't.
That's correct.
There are some BMW guys that have one pinky in the air and they won't wave at a Harley guy, and there are some Harley guys that are just dicks
and they're
who
not gonna
won't wave it at Beamer guys. Or adventure guys or anything like that. And it's just one of those weird things. So you picture a guy in a BMW Motorrad shirt walking into a middle of a fucking Harley Davidson rally at this big-ass shop, and it kind of sets the picture a little bit. But I got some looks.
I bet you did.
I got some looks.
Now,
but
did you catch any crap, though?
No, you know why? Because I made eye contact and I smiled.
Okay. Perfect. You know how to read the human psyche.
Yeah, I have a little bit of experience in that, right? Yeah. So make eye contact, and I did get mean mugged a couple times, and I made eye contact. I smiled, I winked, and I kind of laughed, and I kept walking. And
motor on, dude. Motor on.
Took the fight right out, and they were just kind of like, "Fuck," you know.
Hey, I got to say hello to AK Cog. That's the first time I've seen you in chat. So welcome to AK Cog.
Welcome.
And then
I just like the fact that it's ACOG.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that. So ACOG, maybe that's what we'll call you from now on.
We're going to call you are now officially known as ACOG.
ACOG. Mm-hmm. So thanks for that. Anyway,
not egg hog.
No,
ACOG. ACOG.
Now, for Mary Brockman, maybe you can tell people what an ACOG is.
It's a site.
Yeah, it's like an open site, which. Has a reticle, etc. Oh, and Dave Milner. Welcome to Dave Milner in chat. And one viewer.
Hi, viewer.
So welcome to that.
Let's take a break real quick.
I think we're ready for a break.
Come back, and I want to jump. There's a couple things I want to jump right into. Jerry Brown's batshit crazy. I want to talk about this harebrained idea that this crackhead has.
Oh yeah, but there's
and I don't mean crackhead legitimately. I meant like he has a crack
folks,
in his head because he's a freaking knucklehead.
Clint meant crackhead, literally.
Maybe I did.
He meant
maybe I did.
And
then I want to get into Trump and Kavanaugh as well.
Conservative media done right.
Nothing happened this week.
You're
to talk about.
The SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplanestalkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com. Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
And iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
Hey guys, it's Sackhead Clint. I'm excited to tell you about a brand new show here on the SHR Media Network. I'm teaming up with the one and only all-powerful, the bloviating Zeppelin, sitting here to my left, bringing to you a fresh new show here on the network. It's Against Tyranny. And we'll be picking up where the Sackheads left off. Excited to be with you, sir.
Sackheads Against Tyranny.
We're going to chat. We're going to chat Wednesday nights. Sackheads Against Tyranny.
Wednesday nights, 11 p.m. Oh, it's the same time, right? 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific.
Same SAC time, same SAC channel.
Yep. SHRmedia.com.
See what I did there?
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The Right Guy on SHR Media.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
Hey, BZ. So the plan's working. You got rid of Sacco. Sean is now stepping away.
I never even saw him.
And I know, and insidious. You know, we talked about this for, for the last 3 years, and finally coming to fruition.
You know I'm still in the room, right?
It's almost like he's here still. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's kind of...
It's amazing. It's kind of
at you.
It's kind of eerie.
Kind of a poltergeist.
Like a poltergeisty thing.
Yeah, sackheads against tyranny.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It's Sackheads Clint and Sackheads BZ. And we are back on the air. And Sackheads Clint is calling the president right now.
Yes, Mr. President.
As you can see.
Yeah, hang on. It's for you.
It's for me?
It's for you.
He actually wants to talk to me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you take a message?
Yeah. Hey, can we take a message, Mr. President?
Yeah. He'd be amenable to that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Hey, he's busy right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we know who this is. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll talk to you. I gotta go. All right. Bye.
Okay, good.
God,
well, I know. It kind of, this
every
time.
Look, he calls us
kind of
for
poor
advice.
timing because it's almost 8:45, which means it's 23:42 on the East Coast.
Look,
you'd think this guy'd be in Betty by right now.
We can only give him so much advice. You know,
there's
only so much we can tell him, and
true.
at some point he's going to have to start making decisions on his own.
And haven't we asked him that at least for this 2-hour portion? I mean, he can call before.
Yeah,
you would have taken that call before.
Absolutely.
I would have taken his call before.
Yep, I would have taken it before.
But
he can call after.
During the show, because we know that he gets, I think people have said he gets anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 hours a night.
Yes.
So, yeah, I know he's busy. He's up in the middle of the night tweeting and whatnot. Hey, during the break, you pointed out something very important to me, what I thought was very important. In the process of trying to capture a new market, and I'm looking at the picture of it right now, Harley-Davidson is apparently coming out in 2020 with their own feature this, folks. It's going to blow your blockhead.
I see what you did there.
See?
I see what you did there.
See? I knew you would get that. In 2020, Harley-Davidson is coming out with the Pan America. And it says it's the first Harley-Davidson adventure touring motorcycle. It's 1,250 cc's. It says it has a commanding riding position, which means it's going to be tall, like an adventure bike.
And it's going to sit straight up and down
and
with a set of feet
forward
like most other Harleys.
It's going to have a really vertical riding position, I would guess, for that. It says you can ride and see the world from another point of view, travel coast to coast, on road or off, all while experiencing your own adventures. The first thing you and I both noticed is that, it is a V-twin. And it's got a monolever for the rear shock, which I find kind of interesting. But that's in keeping with a lot of adventure bikes right now. But it's got a V-twin. But the first thing you and I both noticed is, it's definitely water-cooled. Because you can see the fins are gone, pretty much, and that is a radiator right in the front under the fairing. So that's interesting. And then you also mentioned something else. You showed me another photograph of a not quite an adventure bike, but it looked kind of like
it's like their sport bike.
A sport bike that they have.
Yep.
I didn't see that, but I didn't see much of it. Is it a V-twin?
Yeah, it is. It's another V-twin.
Is it air-cooled?
I don't think so. I think it's liquid-cooled.
Okay, I wonder if they're going from air-cooled to liquid-cooled for everything from now on, which would solve, frankly, that would solve a hell of a lot of problems with Harley.
Except for the fact that I think they're trying to capture that European market.
Yeah, just like you said, the European market, and probably new riders, younger riders, because Old people like me are dying off by the dozens.
Yeah,
and we're not buying that much stuff anymore. How many more motorcycles can you sell to somebody that's 50 years old?
Yeah, not many.
Yeah, not all that many.
So it's almost a full liter. It's 975 cc's. It's the Street Fighter. So it is the V-Twin. 975 cc V-Twin Harley Davidson sport bike, the Street Fighter.
And water cooled, you said?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so. So,
do you want to talk about woolly mammoths?
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
Or do you want to talk about lawnmower parents?
Did you see the woolly mammoths? So there are scientists.
This is so weird, folks.
Crazy. In Russia.
And you pointed this out to me. You sent me this article.
I did.
If you hadn't sent this to me, I would not know it.
Really?
No, I had no idea about that.
I would think that you had this pulled up.
Nope.
But
I do right now in front of me.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com. Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
But I sent this to your link. There are scientists in Russia, and I don't remember the other country. You might have it in
Well, it says woolly mammoths will roam.
Hang on.
Okay. I don't want to. Okay, I'm trying to Bigfoot you, but I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not going to Bigfoot.
Hang on.
Okay.
It's Russia, and I don't know the other country they're helping or they're partnering with. Not that they're helping.
Okay.
But there are scientists. They have been able to extract DNA from woolly mammoths and from a few other species that were around, obviously, in the prehistoric age, because of samples that were kept in the permafrost.
Korean and Japanese scientists.
Okay, thank you. And Russian, correct?
Right, and Russian.
So these samples didn't degrade or deteriorate because of the permafrost, and they were able to extract DNA. We all know that cloning is a real thing.
Of course, you bet. We've cloned
all
sorts of
starting
animals.
with the sheep and everything else, right? And they are saying that they will be cloning a woolly mammoth in addition to a couple other animals who were around at that time, and their goal is to have a real life Jurassic Park preserve where these creatures will be on display, be roaming, be alive in the environment.
This is a real-life Michael Crichton novel.
Yeah, it is. And so I have a couple questions, right? Number one, is this a good idea? Number two, the world has changed a little bit from when these things roamed. Habitats different, perhaps. Food supply.
Okay, so you're saying, can we keep them going?
Yeah, or will they morph into something else? Will they adapt to the new environment? What is that going to do to them?
Like Ghostbusters, dogs and cats having sex.
Right? Yes. What are the repercussions? Is this a good idea to bring back an animal that is extinct? Is that a good idea? Because they're extinct for a reason. There's a reason they didn't make it. God decided, for whatever reason, that this creature was no longer to exist. Or if you don't believe in God,
you could believe
nature.
You could believe in the comet.
Nature decided that these creatures no longer needed to exist. Or were able to exist, or whatever the case may be. So I have mixed feelings about it. It's exciting on one hand, but on the other hand, it's like
straight out of Hollywood.
Shit, should we really be doing this? And how long until we are able to clone human beings? How long until somebody could pay a company $1 million, extract my DNA, when I die, I'd like you to clone me. Or when I don't die, I'd like you to clone me. Does that clone get my memories?
Well, hey, this is right out of Blade Runner 2049.
Right?
If you guys watched the new Blade Runner 2049, which was kind of panned at the box office, but I thought it was beautifully done, beautifully executed. But it's like, okay, you've got clones from people. You can clone dogs, birds, cats. Now, these things in Blade Runner are automatons, but there's a host of movies where we've cloned things and the world has turned to shit. Like almost every Jurassic Park movie, for God's sake.
Yeah. Would you want to be cloned?
No. I have very few redeeming qualities.
So here's a deeper question. Maybe perhaps for some religious folks. If you clone a human being, does it have a soul?
Okay. If a tree falls in the forest, ... if you don't tell the clone that they're a clone, are they the same as everyone else?
I don't know. And what if you don't tell the clone they're a clone and they find religion?
And how do you raise? We know how we raised cloned animals. Mm-hmm. Do we decide as a species that when we clone humans now, we don't want to wait until the age of maturity at, say, 18? Let's say for whatever reason we're able to fiddle around with the DNA even more and decide that instead of waiting for 18 years for you to become more physically mature, we can create essentially an 18-year-old in 5 years.
Yeah.
And you don't tell the clone that it's a clone. There are so many mind-bending possibilities.
I think there are some things we in human beings should just not fuck with.
Well,
and I think this is one of those areas.
What did Stephen Hawking say about 2 years before his death? He said that AI...
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I saw exactly what you did right there. Okay, that's one NOV for you, too. I got an NOV. You're getting an NOV for that one. Okay, now we're even. Okay, we're on an even playing field right now. What Stephen Hawking said before he died was, beware of AI. It will be the downfall of humanity.
Have you seen the movie Upgrade?
Yes. That was a movie that kind of slipped through the theaters.
It did.
And if I hadn't initially seen it during the day, I was bored one day and wanted to go see a matinee. Went to go see it, And it was so good, I said to the wife, I dragged her to go see the movie at night. I saw it again. I thought it was so good.
It was good.
So, folks, if you like science fiction...
And can handle a little gore.
And you can handle, there's some shooting and whatnot that goes in this.
There's a couple pretty gory.
There are some scenes in it, but it's a very intriguing premise in this movie.
And it falls in line with what we're talking about right now.
It does. I said, and I've been told that I'm a damn loon for saying this.
But that's not why you're a loon.
I think that first I said in 50 years. I think it's going to be a lot shorter than that. I said in 50 years, we'll come to realize that one of the worst things we ever did is create the digital age. And that someone somewhere is going to send a very strong, unique individual back in time to attempt to kill Admiral Grace Hopper, who's the creator of COBOL, COBOL, which initially is basically, that's the beginning of the digital age. Admiral Grace Hopper was a genius, and she was the prime instigator for basically everything digital, because there isn't one digital thing that can't be hacked. Yeah. The second you make, you may or may not already know this, planes, aircraft, commercial aircraft, a 757 was found to have been given an uncommanded input, and it was from someone attempting purposely. They were in the plane attempting to get into the system, got into the system, and gave it a non-pilot commanded input, and it responded. That already occurred from an interior hacker. There have been vehicles that have been hacked that go up to the internet. So if it's digital, it can and will be hacked. California now wants to have, I'm sure you've seen this, the pilot program for its digital license plates. So that if you decide you're going to go with a program, so to speak, and get one of these plates, and who knows how long it's going to be before California decides that they're going to be mandatory, the state of California will be able to know where you are, where your car is
at all
the time.
All the time.
Do you really want to go there? Do you want to sacrifice everything in for the sake of convenience? You tell me one device.
So let me ask
this. This is listening to me all the time. There's an Alexa unit in the room right around the corner over there.
It's listening all the time.
And this thing is listening for me to say, hi, Google. Well, it didn't respond because apparently it didn't hear me. So
I turned mine off.
This is listening to me. All those other devices are listening to you. And if you think Google or Amazon or the creator of all of these things aren't storing everything you have, you'd be brain glazingly wrong.
Yeah, this is why ads targeting what you like, what you focus on,
which is why you see them.
So
the moment you
here's
input
the difference.
Any information,
here's the difference with the license plate thing. You park your car into the garage. The license plate is constantly putting out information. It's an
RFID chip.
The license plate is property of the state of California. The vehicle is private property. The interior of your garage is private property. And if the government wants to get inside that garage, they need a fucking warrant to do so. So how are they going to get around the information that chip is putting out RFI and locating you while it's in your garage?
How many people are going to want to drive around without license plates? There you go. Just because of that reason.
Yeah, and I think that poses an interesting Fourth Amendment question.
Yeah, it poses, as far as I'm concerned, it poses a threat. This is
because
an existential, threat.
Law enforcement has to have a warrant to put a tracker on your vehicle.
I am a big, massive believer in the Fourth Amendment.
So
hell yeah.
So if law enforcement needs a warrant to put a tracker on your vehicle, then why would they be able to accomplish the same thing by requiring you to have a license plate? I think that's doomed to fail. I think that the state of California will lose that. Because there's no difference.
I would like to think that.
There's no difference.
I would like to think that the privacy foundations...
The state of California just got slapped down for their... You can't have a sign of that you sell handguns in your window.
Oh, they lost...
Did you see that?
Yes. But they lost another suit. Damn, I can't... They lost that one, and there was another lawsuit that they lost terribly. Damn, now I can't think of it.
Well, let's talk about batshit crazy Jerry Brown real quick. He wants to launch his own satellite.
Oh.
Like, not figuratively.
Oh.
Like, literally.
No, he wants to be in the missile business.
He wants the state of California to launch its own satellite so that we can prove climate change. How much money is that going to cost us?
Well,
we already have a bullet train.
Yeah, winkety, winkety, wink. Hey, let me ask you this question. You may have seen this already. When you go down to Southern California, generally, do you go I-5 or do you sometimes go 99?
I go air.
Oh, that's right. Son of a bitch. Okay, well, let me tell you this. 4 or 5 months ago, right around in there, I was going down to Southern California. No, I went to Fresno. That's what it was.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, a buddy of mine. Oh, Alan Thomas, who is, I may as well pimp my show right now. Tomorrow night, I'm going to have this paranormal dude on who I've had before, Alan Thomas. And he lives down near Fresno. So in the process of going down to Fresno, on Highway 99, not I-5, I look over, and there's this half-assed, half-completed, about 1,500 to 2,000-foot segment of elevated rail. That's all they have built in this state for, what is it now? What's the last tab on this? Either $40 billion or $60 billion, and that whatever the hell it was, that section connected to nothing, but it's elevated, that's all they have to show for it. Because it's a number. The other thing is it's been subject to a ton of lawsuits. Now, you brought up Jerry Brown, and I'm kind of glad you did. I don't know if you heard this. Did you hear Jerry Brown either today or yesterday say that, hey, about Trump?
Something's got to happen to that guy.
Something's got to happen to this guy. I think, if I'm not mistaken...
Didn't Trump save the state's ass with wildfires and stuff?
Yeah, but that's apparently that's not all that important. Let's see if I have Jerry Brown.
Reporting rescue operations are still underway in the Carolinas. Incredible flooding there. Close to 1,000 water rescues have been made.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com. Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Of climate change.
Okay,
which of course is causing hurricanes to be stronger and more severe. I talked to Jerry Brown at his Global Climate Action Summit late Friday, a gathering of state, local, and world leaders. We're in the midst of hurricanes and the aftermath of hurricanes, and you still have the President of the United States denying the science of climate change. How do you counteract that?
Well, first I want to say it's really extraordinary that the president can deny science like that, but he's done so many other what's the word? I don't even have an adjective. So it's bad, and how we counteract it is with this climate summit, with normal people respecting the truth and communicating that with other normal people.
Normal people respecting the truth, Clint.
Yeah.
Are you a normal person? Do you respect the truth?
I think I do, but apparently the governor doesn't think so.
No, he really doesn't.
And combating the President of the United States in what are lies, distortions, and quite frankly, bizarre behavior. So we have to keep at it, and I'm glad you gave me a chance to answer your question, because we can't say it enough. The president...
Hey, Jerry Brown, that's called a softball, okay?
...is just wrong.
Wait, here comes the next softball, Jerry.
Hurricanes are more severe. The wildfires are more severe.
Okay, bullshit alert. Here comes the bullshit.
The storm surge is worse because sea levels are rising. Talk to me about what we are...
That's right. By the way, folks, the sea levels are rising. If you're on the coast, there is no more New York City. Just thought I'd tell you that it's
or
gone.
San Francisco.
No, or San Francisco. Now,
which isn't a horrible
the
thing.
People, the people that are on top of the Transamerica building, the top 5 floors, you're okay. And the people in the top 40 floors of the Empire State Building, you're okay too. Everybody else, gone.
You're screwed.
Physically experiencing here in the United States and around the world that proves that everyone who predicted that this would happen was correct.
I would say we're just experiencing the very early beginnings of climate change. The forest fires in California, which are worse than any other time.
Okay.
Environmentalists.
I've got a post that I'm in the process of writing right now. Chuck DeVore. I want to get Chuck DeVore on because he wrote this great article about this, but it's because there's no fucking forest management, Jerry Moonbeam.
According to history, it's really just, unfortunately, it's the beginning. But as the carbon builds up, and it builds up very rapidly, we'll have more drought, more fires, more storms, more intense storms, more trouble. And the worst part is more migration. We're going to have people moving from their land that will no longer produce enough food. So the world leaders have got to wake up.
Now,
Okay, let's stop here just for a second because I can't not refute this stuff. We're 5 minutes after a break, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Damn it! I saw your eyes. You were looking daggers at me. I know you. You dagger-looking son of a gun. Okay, tell you what, we're going to go for a break here. And folks, we're going to be right back. Okay, apparently that's another NOV for me. It's in the contract somewhere.
It's in the contract. It's 2 for you, so it's basically 1 because ours canceled each other out.
Yeah. So now I'm ahead 1 NOV to no, you only one. Let's see, how does that work? I forget.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capitol, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me through shrmedia.com, highplains.talkradio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on blogtalkradio.com. There's
no surrender ever,
because truth is not always pleasant.
Hey guys, it's Sackhead Clint. I'm excited to tell you about a brand new show here on the SHR Media Network. I'm teaming up with the one and only all-powerful, the bloviating Zeppelin, sitting here to my left, bringing to you a fresh new show here on the network. It's Against Tyranny, and we'll be picking up where the Sackheads left off. Excited to be with you, sir.
Sackheads Against Tyranny.
We're going to chat. We're going to chat Wednesday nights. Sackheads Against Tyranny.
Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Oh, it's the same time, right? 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific.
Same SAC time, same SAC channel.
Yeah. SHRmedia.com.
See what I did there?
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
Hey, BZ.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com. Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
The plan's working. You got rid of Sacco. Sean is now stepping away.
I never even saw him.
And I know, and insidious. You know, we talked about this for for the last 3 years, and finally coming to fruition.
You know, I'm still in the room, right?
It's almost like he's here still. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's
it's amazing. It's kind of
at you.
It's kind of eerie.
Kind of poltergeist,
like a poltergeisty thing.
Yeah, sackheads against tyranny.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And so here we are back in the second hour. We have started the second hour, and we're going to finish up with Jerry Brown because he said some really stupid things. And then we're going to jump into Judge Kavanaugh. And literally, all the, I can't think of any other word for it than all the madness.
Oh, I was going to say bullshit.
All the madness that's involved in that. But let's listen to Jerry Brown as he continues being Moonbeam.
Exit from the Paris Climate Agreement isn't official and binding till 2020. But what is the impact already internationally of the United States having said we're out of it?
So Trump is an enabler. We often hear that term, enabler. He's an enabler of climate negligence and climate avoidance. So that's what's bad about it, because we have to make sure that all these other countries, whether it's Russia or Poland or South America, Brazil, whatever the heck it is, everybody's got to step up. And the President of the United States should be the cheerleader, the exemplar, and instead he's the saboteur. And that's tragic.
Here at the climate conference, you faced protesters. The Democratic Party has divisions. How do you handle that? But some people say you're not even, despite your leadership on this issue, that you're not doing enough.
We're not doing enough. No one is. I do believe, though, we're doing more than anyone else.
Let me see if I can
I think that's a
find
thought.
This part where he...
Incoherent. Because people are going to say, gee, if this climate change keeps going, it could be...
Let me see if I can...
be a very deteriorated world. So kids are going to react, and they're going to do... I would take these protests as a wake-up call.
The United States says that nearly 3,000 people did not die in Puerto Rico, even though it was the result of a scientific study, and says that it was a Democratic conspiracy to claim all these deaths.
Well, the problem is we never had a president.
16 people died originally. All the other deaths are subsequent deaths. That's what Trump was talking about. Immediate deaths due directly to the hurricane.
Yes.
You stupid fucking moron.
He knows that, but he's got to politicize it.
Of course he does. Let's see if I find this one thing.
He's not telling the truth. He keeps changing his mind. He's
here we go.
Sabotaging the world order in many respects. So it's unprecedented. It's dangerous. And hopefully this election is going to send a strong message to the country. The Democrats will win. And then Trump, something's got to happen to this guy. Because if we don't get rid of him, he's going to undermine America and even the world.
What do Democratic candidates say?
Meaning, okay, that's enough of Jerry Brown.
Yeah.
Translated, what that means is he advocating for Trump's death? Some people have said that. I don't know. It depends on what you believe about Brown. But what he's saying is that Trump is not in keeping with God's great plan, except, guess what, Brown? Trump got elected, okay? He was elected. Here's another thing that I want to bring up about this. The leftists rushed to judgment about all this hurricane activity and global warming and blah, blah, blah. except that there's a dude, meteorologist by the name of Roy Spencer, has two big problems with all this climate change crap and the narrative that's blaming Donald Trump. First is, obviously, Trump can't control hurricanes, and by the way, they're not getting worse. Does anyone remember about 2 years ago or 3 years ago when the American media maggots were crowing about, well, it's got to be climate change. We're not seeing as many hurricanes as we used to.
Yes.
So what the fuck? You want it both ways? And the answer clearly is yeah, they want it both ways.
Yeah, that's why it's just called climate change.
Yeah.
The climate change. We used to not see as many hurricanes, and now we are. They're getting worse because we used to not be seeing them. So the fact that we are again, they're clearly getting worse.
Right. So
I guess technically they're not lying.
So, okay.
Because if they didn't happen and then they did, then that's worse.
Climate change used to be called
warming.
Fall, winter, spring, and summer.
Yeah.
That was climate change. Okay, we got to talk about this, and I know we want to talk about this before the end of the show, and that's all the wackiness that's going on with Kavanaugh right now. And we were talking at the break, and I said, this is chaos. It's just chaos. This is no way to run a country. This is no way to run D.C. You can't have hearings to try to find out if this guy, the issue is he qualified to sit and make decisions? He's already proven that he's eminently qualified to make decisions. He has been vetted six times before.
Yep.
This was not an issue before then. Now it's an issue. The issue is that he's not in keeping with the belief system of the Demorats.
Mm-hmm.
We also know this. The Demorats said initially, before it was even Kavanaugh, a great bulk of the Demorats said, we don't care.
We don't care who it is.
We're going to go against it. Well, now it happens to be Kavanaugh, and they're going against him.
Yeah, and Feinstein held on to this letter for who knows what reason, literally until the 11th hour. Supposedly she had it for a while, this supposed letter, and she drops this bombshell right before they're set to vote. Didn't tell anybody else on the committee about it, and still won't let the Republicans on the committee see the full unredacted letter.
Oh, hell yeah.
So here, there's a lot wrong with this, but
where do we start?
And she came out, what was it, today or yesterday, and said, I can't say that everything in her statement is accurate.
No, she said, I can't say that everything is truthful.
Okay, even worse.
Whoa.
So she's already giving herself an out right there, which should tell you that it's bullshit.
All you need to know.
It should.
I have a timeline. I don't know if you're interested in the timeline, but
I am. But I want to say one thing real quick as an aside, and then I want to get into the timeline here.
Okay.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
In California, you don't get to vote for a Republican and a Democrat, right? You get to vote for the top two vote getters.
Thank you for bringing that up.
So for Senate right now, Feinstein is going up against
Kevin De Leon.
who's
tell us about Kevin De Leon.
He's a piece of shit.
No,
that's not even his real name.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted you to tell everybody.
He changed his name to De Leon to get the Hispanic vote out of L.A. But yeah, that's not his real name.
What was his original name? What's his real name?
Leon, right?
Leon.
Yeah, it's just Leon.
Not De Leon. He pronounces it De Leon. It's Leon.
Yeah, it's Kevin Leon.
Oh, Leon.
Yeah.
Jesus, you can't write
piece
this.
Of shit.
You can't write this.
So, anyways, and this Jack ass is farther left than Feinstein.
Oh my God, yes.
So Feinstein is actually in a tough fight, and I was actually thinking right before she pulled this bullshit. I was thinking, you know what? If Feinstein wants to win her seat in California, the people that are her supporters are her supporters. She needs to get the new Democrats to vote for her. Or she needs to get the Republicans in the state to vote for her.
She needs to become somehow relevant. She needs to revitalize the brand.
She needs to look at what's happening with Cox right now and Gavin Newsom. Cox only 6 points back.
Really? Is he that close?
He's getting the Hispanic vote. What's happened? What just happened in Texas?
Cool.
Newsom's not getting the Hispanic vote. Or he's not getting as much of a Hispanic vote as he would like. So Cox is the Republican in the state of California is 6 points back for governor.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
It is. Even if he loses, that's amazing. So, God, I was thinking, man, Dianne Feinstein conducted herself. I was thinking this before. Conducted herself fairly honorable during the hearings. She was not one of the Democrats. She wasn't Kamala Harris or Cory Booker.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't keening at the top of her voice. This is wrong.
She wasn't disrespectful to Kavanaugh that I saw in any of the hearings that I either saw or read about. I didn't see her or know her to be disrespectful.
She was kind of a dick with her questions, but she was a respectful dick.
She was a respectful dick. Yeah, you could be kind of curt, but still, she was following the protocols.
Right.
She seemed to respect her role in the Senate. So when she pulled, and I remember thinking, wow, this is smart of her because maybe she's trying to get that Democrat vote. She's still going to oppose them because she has to, but maybe she's going to try and pull some of the moderates. Maybe she's going to try and pull some of the Republicans because they're sure as fuck aren't going to vote for De Leon. Guess what, Feinstein? I may fucking vote for De Leon now just to get your ass out of office and then deal with him in 6 years. So I love how you just gave me that look right there. I wish the camera was on your face.
Okay, let me
because I said that purely for reaction,
reactive purposes,
and I got it from you.
Okay.
And then she pulled this shit.
Contrarian.
Yes.
Contrarian.
Yes.
That's why I typify you as Contrarian Clint.
Because
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being what I know.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You are appreciated. Don't think you're not appreciated, because I appreciate the hell out of you.
The fucking look you just gave me
it's true.
was awesome.
It's true. It's like
I wish
gave
anybody.
you. Here's what I gave you. What people didn't see is I gave you the CPL, which is the canine puzzlement look.
You did.
And the CPL goes like this.
You did, but better than that.
Haven't you ever seen your dog?
You were looking
the
around.
Puzzlement look.
So if you can watch me on camera, BZ was kind of looking around. He was kind of talking, and I said this, and he went like this. And then he kind of, his head kind of went up a little bit to get a better look at me, and then his head cocked to the side.
Yeah, I gave you the CPL.
It was a whole process. It was like a.
That's right. I gave you the canine puzzlement look.
Yeah,
because everybody's seen their dog do that. When something happens that's crazy in front of your dog goes. Right.
Yes. I was really thinking that that's the tack she was taking. Clearly, I was wrong. I don't think this is going to help her at all. If anything, I think this is going to hurt her.
Eventually, it's going to. But I also
I do. I think it's going to hurt her with moderate voters in California who are looking at Cox over Newsom, who are really looking to make a choice between her and batshit crazy De Leon. And this just put her in the batshit crazy category, so they can either go with old batshit crazy or new batshit crazy. Let's go with new batshit crazy. She won't give the information. That was my aside. But she won't give any of the information over to the Republicans in terms of the whole unredacted letter. She doesn't seem to. You're a senator. Advise, and consent. That's your fucking job. So you need to operate within the Senate as a whole, not this, I'm holding on to mine and you can't see this, because ultimately they're just going to say, fuck you then, and we're going to vote on it. I think that it's very telling that this professor out of Palo Alto, liberal Bay Area, California, hasn't come forward in 35 years?
36 years.
36 years. How many freaking appointments? How many judges? He's had 6 different backgrounds and investigations done. Now she's saying we want the FBI to look into this. This is Clarence Thomas all over again. It's the same playbook.
Yes.
It is the exact same playbook.
Yes, and they thought it would work in 1991, and it didn't. And then we had Robert Bork in 1987, and that's where we got the verb borked from. It didn't work in 1991. I think this is going to end up coming around and biting everyone in the ass. But let me throw this out to you. And
everyone meaning the Democrats, correct?
The Demorats. Let me throw this out to you, and then I'll go over the timeline a little bit. What I think Dianne Feinstein is doing is she's confused and she's uncertain which way to go. She's dying for relevancy right now. She and Pelosi are in a terrible condition right now. And the only reason that they don't exit stage left is because of their ego. Their ego needs to keep them in place. You can't push me out until I'm ready to go. Mm-hmm. So what I think happened is she ended up releasing this information because they said, okay, well, it got leaked to the media and the media picked it up and they got her name. How did it get to the media?
Dianne Feinstein.
Who would have had to leak that?
Or the
that's
FBI.
Right, her office.
Or the FBI.
It came out of her office.
Or the FBI.
Maybe, but I think it came out of her office.
I think it came out of her office, too.
So she
I just
screwed.
said that because of the massive media
I know.
Stroke and Page. We didn't even get to them tonight.
I know. Oh, my God, that's a story for another day, too. But I think what happened, folks are upset that this woman, Christine Blasey Ford, a professor of psychology in Palo Alto, which
is interesting by itself.
Yeah, that's a story for another day. Mm-hmm. She's a massive leftist. Her family is massive leftists. And they're saying it's the Republicans that screwed her over. No, it's the Demorats who screwed her over because she initially insisted on remaining anonymous. The people that unmasked her weren't the Republicans. It was the Demorats themselves for political purposes. So if she ends up if she's been run over the rails, and to a degree I agree that she has, then it's their fault.
Do you think it happened?
I'll tell you what I believe. I believe she thinks it happened, but there's a Grand Canyon full of difference between thinking something and knowing something. Now,
do you really think she believes it happens, or do you think that she does not want Brett Kavanaugh in this position because she's a massive Bay Area leftist and she concocted? She told nobody.
She told a family psychotherapist in 2012.
How do we know that?
But here's the other thing.
How do we know that?
That's a great question.
Is that just her or her husband saying that she said this?
Can I, in terms of propaganda, because one of the things we know about Joseph Goebbels is the fact that a lie repeated often enough becomes fact.
Yes.
Is it not impossible?
And that was Joseph Goebbels, but that was based on Bernays' playbook.
Yes, it
from
was.
Woodrow Wilson's administration.
But if I keep telling you that I think that you're a victim, and that, by the way, Christine, isn't it possible that when you were in high school that some boys tried to take advantage of you. I talked about this last night, and I don't know if you know this or not. Her brother, Blasey's brother, is involved and linked through a attorney firm to Fusion GPS. They both contribute to leftist causes and also to one of a number of George Soros foundations. In 1996, if I were to tell you this, Clint, would you believe me when I told you that Martha Kavanaugh, who was a judge on the East Coast at the time, sat in judgment of the Blasey's home and
in a foreclosure
hearing. Now, do you think that gives any motivation at all?
All of it
to this?
I would be having
because you can't take this shit in any sort of an isolated form. You have to look for trends and patterns.
Yes, you do.
And I see a series of trends and not isolated incidents.
I think we would be having a very different discussion. And by the way, what I'm about to say, I'm not downplaying sex assault or sex crimes in any way, shape, or form. Very, very serious. I take that shit very, very seriously. I think you have to look at the timing of this, like you said, in addition to the political motivations involved. We would be having a very different conversation if she had made a claim for the last 20 years. This happened to me. I didn't report it when I was a child. I'm now 25 years old, and I have repeatedly told this story. I've told it to friends. I've told it to family members. I've told it to my therapist. I've talked about it with the witness, with the people who were there, and yes, this is something that happened. Very different story rather than the one we have now where it happened 36 years ago. PJ was in the room. PJ's coming out saying, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Right. I was not in the room. I don't even know what party you're talking about.
She and her attorney have both said, no, there are only 2 people in the room. No, there are only 4 people in the room. When was the last time you went to a high school party when you only saw 4 people that were drinking?
No.
None of this passes the smell test.
It doesn't. And so, do I know what the truth is? I do not. I wasn't there. I didn't know them in high school.
I don't think we'll ever find out.
I don't think we will either. However, what I do know is Brett Kavanaugh's people that are rallying to his support, leftists who have supported his nomination. He's been through 6 FBI backgrounds. There's nothing criminal. He was a minor. If this even happened, he was a minor at the time. There's nothing for the FBI or any jurisdiction,
other agency
to investigate criminally.
Discover. But the question is, I'll tell you what, damn it, we're going to have to take a break. And I really do want to take a break now because I desperately want to continue with this conversation because this is a great conversation. Okay, tell you what, we are going to take that break and we're going to come right back with Kavanaugh because I've got a ton of things to talk about, and I'm sure that you do too. And so, folks, a bunch of promos. This is the last set, I swear to God. And then,
until next week.
Yeah, until next week. And then,
but I'm not here next week.
Oh, that's right. We may not have a show. Okay, but that's okay. We'll deal with that later. But anyway, we're going to go to the promos and Sackheads Clint and Sackheads BZ. Boy, do we have more stuff to talk about when we come back. You are listening to the Sackheads Against Tyranny right here live and direct in the SHR Media Network.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show. Also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern. Only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad.
When dirty politicians, shadow governments, and deceptive Islam blind the world with fake stream media smoke, their only fear is one man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Join me through SHRmedia.com, HighPlainsTalkRadio.com, and the Western Free Radio Network at Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes for a different perspective weekly on the Unpleasant Blind Guy. And catch me on Jeff Mitchell's EDL Radio on BlogTalkRadio.com. There's
no surrender ever.
Because truth is not always pleasant.
Hey guys, it's Sackhead Clint. I'm excited to tell you about a brand new show here on the SHR Media Network. I'm teaming up with the one and only all-powerful, the bloviating Zeppelin, sitting here to my left, bringing to you a fresh new show here on the network. It's Against Tyranny. And we'll be picking up where the Sackheads left off. Excited to be with you, sir.
Sackheads Against Tyranny.
We're going to chat. We're going to chat Wednesday nights. Sackheads Against Tyranny.
Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Oh, it's the same time, right? 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific.
Same SAC time, same SAC channel.
Yeah. SHRmedia.com.
See what I did there?
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
Human by race, Christian by faith, American by nationality, and conservative by choice. Reverend Ralph J. Chittum Sr. is the right guy on SHR Media from 8:05 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. And if on the rare occasion I am ever wrong, I will still always be right. The right guy on SHR Media.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
Hey, BZ. So the plan's working. You got rid of Sacco. Sean is now stepping away.
I never even saw him.
And I know, and insidious. You know, we talked about this for for the last 3 years, and finally coming to fruition.
You know, I'm still in the room, right?
It's almost like he's here still. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's amazing. It's kind of
at you.
It's kind of eerie.
Kind of poltergeist.
Like a poltergeisty thing.
Yeah, Sackheads Against Tyranny.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Okay, this is the final 25 right here in the Sackheads Against Tyranny show. 24? Okay, you're
final 24.
Final 24 minutes.
It's the final countdown.
You folks should hear the conversations that Sackheads Clint and I have during the promos, because we kind of talk about, okay, what are we going to talk about? And what are we going to say when we come back? And we already had, it's like a high decibel conversation during the break as to, oh, what about this? And what about this? And what about, don't forget about that. Oh, okay, I'm not going to forget about that. So we already had this conversation. So for us, it's old. For you, it's brand new and fresh. It's fresh. It's hot off the oven.
Yes. Like melty, chewy cookies.
So let me ask you this. Let's start it this way. Let me ask you this.
Okay, go.
Let's just cut to the chase. Do you believe her?
I do not.
I do not.
I do
for
not.
For a host of reasons.
And let me say this. It's not that I don't believe her for political reasons. I don't believe her for the following reasons.
Yeah, a ton of reasons, not just one.
A ton of reasons,
not just one.
The inconsistencies in her story, in terms of how many people are in the room, or she doesn't know. She can't tell you what year it happened, let alone where.
She cannot say specifically it was 1982.
Yeah,
whose house?
Yeah,
where
there are a lot of things that she doesn't, even though it's 36 years ago, that she doesn't know. She's naming people that were there who have come out and basically her witnesses
and said no,
have said no, that's not true at all. I wasn't there. Didn't see that. Don't even know what party she's talking about.
That person, PJ, PJ came out. Well, I can't even think of his last name, and it's irrelevant. Came out and said nope.
Yep. I think the timing of it makes it suspicious. I think her ties,
suspicious.
her affiliations and ties makes it suspicious. And I think when you take everything together,
yes, it's not an isolated individual.
It's not like
it's taken completely in totality.
Yes,
you have to look at all of these factors.
Taking everything together, it paints a picture to me that I do not believe her. That being said, is it possible that Brett Kavanaugh attempted to kiss her one time? Sure, that's possible. I guess, right? Is it possible that he was drunk and he was trying to get together with her, and she said no, and that was the end of it? Sure, that's possible. I suppose, maybe. But do I think it went down as she said? No, I don't.
Okay, but
because how otherwise? Look, that would go through school like wildfire, right?
Well, sure, because what it would be quantified at is this young yuppie dude that he's such a goody-goody. Did you hear he tried to rape this chick, man? That's not like Brett, man.
Yeah.
Brett got some, dude.
There would be people around the school that would remember this shit happened. And there's not. Now, I say this now, we know how many people listen to this show, so it wouldn't surprise me if by Friday morning we have other classmates that say, oh yeah, I remember that going around the school.
Okay, stop right there just for a second, because you brought up an excellent point. What do we know? Let's contrast, as my university professors used to say, let's contrast and compare. Mm-hmm. Let's contrast and compare this to basically the entire creator of the Me Too movement was Harvey Weinstein. When Ronan Farrow initially reported on the one individual who came out and had the guts to point at Harvey Weinstein, what happened after that?
People came out of the woodwork.
The floodgates opened.
People came out of the woodwork.
Okay, so out of things like that, out of those cases, Cosby as well, although Cosby is an entirely different set of circumstances.
Yeah, but you had multiple people start coming out.
So that's the point. In circumstances like this, what do we see? We see diametrically opposed reactions, and that is we see the floodgates opening, and lots of people, now that someone else came out and said, oh, this is what happened, then other people feel emboldened as if they can come out and say, well, all right, I didn't want to talk about this, but now that X said this, I feel a little bit more comfortable. Do you see any of that happening with Kavanaugh?
Not yet.
So that's the other poll.
Not yet.
Okay,
but now that they start thinking about this stuff,
but with this passage of time, because this has been an issue in 2 weeks.
Yep,
2 weeks these days is like 2 years. 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Which means that all sorts of crap can happen, but I hear this. I hear crickets chirping in the field. Free deed.
That's a frog.
Well, that is. I hear frogs chirping in the ponds. Free deed. Because don't you think that, Gesundheit, that other people would be just like the Me Too movement, emboldened to say, oh, well, she came out and Brett Kavanaugh, this yuppie dude, he did this to me too.
I would
seeing that.
I would think that, or hey, I remember when that shit went down at school, and that was the topic of the senior class
we talked about that for a long time because Brett thought he was such a goody little arrogant little bastard. We're gonna get back at him, man.
Yeah,
you don't see that. You're not hearing that.
You don't see PJ.
So
you don't see PJ coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, I really'd rather not talk about it. Yeah, I don't remember everything. I was there, but they were mutually kissing.
Yeah, and
there was none of that shit. He wrote a letter to Chuck Grassley and to Feinstein and said, "I have no fucking idea what you're talking about."
Well, and Mark Judge, the other guy that was allegedly there, I think wisely said, "Monday, testifying? No, not going to be there. I don't want to be subject to the circus that's going, because this would be, again, just like the first day of the hearings of Kavanaugh.
Oh, it'd be a total
2 weeks
circus.
ago. It's like kabuki theater.
Yep.
It's theater of the absurd, and that's exactly what would have occurred on Monday. Now, the other thing we were saying,
I love how Kavanaugh was like, "Oh yeah, I'll come back."
Oh, see,
I will.
And that's another thing that, again, taken in totality, not a series of little isolated incidents. Beantown Billy says, gay frogs at that.
Now, what if Kavanaugh came and said, you know what, I've already testified. I don't want to come back. If she's there, there's no need. That's not what he's saying.
No,
he's
saying, you tell me where to appear,
and I will be there.
I'm there.
Yep.
I'm absolutely there. Now, let me tell you another thing, folks. Well, here, let me back that car wash up a little bit. Let's talk about the timeline, because we'll get back to various motivations.
We got 16 minutes.
But this timeline answers a lot of questions, I think. Okay, so Dianne Feinstein, she's that senior Demorat member of the Senate Judiciary Committee. She had a written statement in her possession from a woman accusing Kavanaugh of misconduct when they were both teenagers. We discovered that she wanted to be anonymous, and that was weeks in July. That was literally weeks before Kavanaugh ever came to Congress for the hearings.
By the way, can you imagine if teenage behavior becomes the basis for which we disqualify any presidential?
See, the doors.
Can you imagine
the doors that are the doors that are being opened right now?
Yeah,
and people want us to walk through.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's oh my God, that's an issue for another day, which we may in fact get to. Okay, so what happened is Feinstein didn't turn the letter over to the FBI, which would have had the authority to sort of discreetly interview the woman making the allegation and try to assess that allegation's legal ramifications for a public figure, meaning Kavanaugh. So Feinstein and other Senate Demorats who presumably knew about the letter, this is the telling point for me. They didn't ask Kavanaugh about the allegations they knew had already been made against him in literally hundreds of hours of closed and open testimony and thousands of submitted questions and rebuttal questions. They had the opportunity to do this, but failed, I think, purposely to do so. Feinstein held the letter until after Kavanaugh's hearing was concluded and a vote for him was all but sure. He was all but sure that he was going to get passed in the nomination. And so they first mentioned this letter. Feinstein first mentions this letter in a press release to journalists, where she knew the case was going to get litigated in the arena of the public
opinion,
right? Okay, and not within the halls of the proper investigatory realm where it should have been,
of the Senate
giving the
Judiciary.
person accused a chance to rebut himself.
Yep.
Okay. That investigative body and those people who deliberate, basically whose job it is, it's their job, as you said, to investigate those claims. So Kavanaugh, because Kavanaugh was never asked about the accusations or his relationship with the accuser, in days and days of questioning by the Senate, Kavanaugh had no idea what the allegations even were. The accusations, they lack, as you mentioned, a specific time and a specific place. What the fuck? She cannot even tell you the specific year, making them existentially impossible for Kavanaugh to defend against and to at least give him some time to try to find an alibi or a reasoning. So that, again, was purposeful. Again, as you pointed out, Feinstein didn't cooperate with Republicans in setting up follow-up calls with Kavanaugh's accuser, with this we later discovered that it was Christine Blasey Ford this past Monday. And so Ford continues to ignore requests from Chuck Grassley for a hearing, except now we know that through her attorney, she's saying she's not going to show up on Monday until the FBI has conducted its own investigation. And as you and I both talked about during the break, that's not their job. Mm-hmm. There is no federal crime committed here. The FBI is involved in background.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com. Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.
Ding.
I got it. She was at the state line. The party was held at a house that was at the state line. He groped her and pinned her to a bed, dragged her outside. Part of her was over the state line while he was pinning her down.
It's the El Royale defense.
Making it a federal crime.
I get it. It's the El Royale defense. By the way, there's a new movie coming out, Bad Times at the El Royale Motel, where the El Royale Motel, half of the motel is in California, the other half is in Nevada. And, okay. It's the El Royale defense. I get it. So she continues to ignore these requests until her attorney says, by the way, no, we're not going to show up. So here's the other thing. Feinstein and all the Senate Demorats who were pushing for all of this initially, they wanted to get her up there and testify. Now they are refusing to speak with Kavanaugh and Senate Judiciary staff after the accuser went public on that. And Kavanaugh, did you also notice how forcibly Kavanaugh denied all those allegations?
Oh, yeah. Stop signs and everything.
Oh, yeah, as in categorically, period, end of statement. I don't know if you heard this chick's, her mouthpiece said that.
Isn't this the same attorney that totally downplayed Bill Clinton and Ted Kennedy? And
Exactly. She's known to support whistleblowers.
Ted Kennedy killed a woman.
Yes, purposely. Walked away. Ted Kennedy can swim like a champ. He swims like a fish. And so, I'm sure that most people, when you're upside down in a sedan and you can't get out, sooner or later you're probably going to run out of air, which is exactly what happened to her. She ran out of air. Hours. It took hours. It took hours for Mary Jo Kopechne to die. In the meantime, blotto as he was, he decides to take a stroll over this bridge at Chappaquiddick. Take a leisurely stroll, have a discussion with his other brother as to politically, what are the ramifications here? Didn't notify police for hours while they're making those, and just, you know how that goes. But here's another telling statement from her attorney. That lawyer, the mouthpiece, says, "It's not my client's job to corroborate her claims against Kavanaugh." What the fuck?
Yeah, it is.
Are you kidding me? So, in that world, I guess, by the way, Clint, I have information and witnesses that said that you killed someone back in 1979. Oh, Clint, okay, prove you didn't.
I was 4.
No, that's immaterial. Prove that you didn't.
You can't prove a negative.
No, exactly. That's my point. You cannot prove a negative.
Mm-hmm.
So all the people that I spoke about during the break, I said that there are 4 Republicans on the bubble.
Yes.
Who have pretty much all, Murkowski, Collins, Flake, and another Corker, Bob Corker.
Bob Corker, okay.
That's the other guy I was thinking of, who have essentially said together in concert, we really hope she shows up on Monday. But if she chooses not to show up on Monday,
that's on her.
Our impetus is pretty much to go ahead with the summary of the hearings, and we're going to have a vote. And that's as it should be. I can't think of anybody in any other situation where Chuck Grassley would have gone out of his way like he did to say, hey, you don't want to come to us? We'll come to you.
We can do it in public or in private.
That option has never until now been on the political table for anybody.
And I think it's because he knows it's complete bullshit.
And wouldn't you suspect that's another reason, another motivation why Feinstein won't release that letter, because there are no clear and specific details in that about what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't that stand to lead you to conclude that's the reason she's not going to appear on Monday, because her attorney essentially has told her, if you're investigated by the FBI and it's determined that you lie to the FBI, they might Manafort your ass.
Yeah.
Or Stephanopoulos your ass.
And I don't think that she wants her client subjected to the straightforward questions that will be asked.
And they will be straightforward.
And they will be very straightforward.
And you can be a nice person. You know, people were saying, oh, the Republicans are going to screw this up if they can't be evil. Well, you don't have to be evil. You can say it in a very nice way, but just ask
pointed questions.
Logical questions.
Yeah.
And everyone knows, I believe, she won't be able to answer these questions. She's already saying now she can't answer these questions.
Yeah, I don't think she can answer her questions. She doesn't seem believable or credible to me. Am I calling her a liar? No.
Well,
no, because I don't know her. But I don't believe her to be credible. I don't believe what she is saying, based upon everything we already discussed.
Let me throw these additional questions out to you, and I'm going to be really curious as to how you react to these.
6 minutes.
Back in August, she takes a polygraph, and she lawyers up. But she wants to remain anonymous.
So why take who administers the polygraph?
Who
administered the polygraph?
If you want to remain anonymous, why do you lawyer up? Why do you take a polygraph? Let me tell you something else that you may or may not know.
Well, who administered the polygraph?
Now that.
Why do you want to take a polygraph?
Yes, thank you.
And why do
keep going? There you go.
Why would Why would you voluntarily take a polygraph unless you know people are going to call bullshit? You're voluntarily taking a polygraph, very easy to prepare for and beat, which is why they're not admissible in court.
Yeah.
Polygraphs are garbage. And why do you feel the need to lawyer up if you're a victim?
Wait for it.
Suspects.
Exactly.
Suspects take polygraphs.
Exactly.
Suspects lawyer up.
Exactly.
Guilty or innocent, suspects engage in that behavior.
Exactly.
Not victims. Suspects with some type of exposure engage in that behavior.
Let me tell you something about CVSAs and about polygraphs. I've beaten polygraphs because I wanted to become a polygrapher long ago in a galaxy far, far away. And I was told, here's how you can beat them. And so I did. I beat polygraphs, and I also beat CVSAs, which are computer voice stress analysis machines, which are actually a little bit more reliable than polygraphs. But I beat both. But here's why, if she passed a polygraph, here's why I believe
How much practice did she get?
Well, that's another question. And what kind of coaching did she get, if any coaching at all? Didn't say she was, didn't say she wasn't. But it all depends on the polygrapher and what questions you ask and your baseline questions. And then when you transfer over to the much more pointed questions, and then you ask a series of questions, basically the same question in 10 different ways, et cetera, et cetera. But if you and your brain housing group fervently believe that X happened, whatever X is, you're going to pass a polygraph.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll grant her this much rope. I submit she somehow believes this happened, though she can provide no verification or evidence in any fashion to support her allegations. But I still think she thinks it happened.
I can't even go there. Even with a polygraph, and I understand what you're saying about if you believe something in your mind, whether it happened or not, you'll pass it. I understand that, but I believe you can also pass that thing if you have several practice runs. We don't know who administered the polygraph. We don't know if it was her attorney.
I do not know.
How many polygraphs did she take before she ultimately passed one? Is there a record kept somewhere? Is this an independent company? So
many questions.
I can't even say that I think she believes that it happened. I can't say that. She may believe in her mind that it really happened. Shit, BZ, maybe it really happened. Okay, we can't rule that out either.
Okay, well, sure. Let's go there. Let's
go there, right?
Let's say, all right.
Maybe it really happened. Maybe it really happened. Or maybe she's lying. There's
not like that hasn't happened before. And while in sex assaults and child abuse, I didn't get people who had motivations to lie to me, to my face.
Right. How many? Okay, so you've worked these types of cases. A sex assault, they have, and I understand everybody reacts differently, but a majority of sex assault victims that you have worked with, are her responses consistent?
I'd have to look at her questions. I studied, let me put it this way, I studied Paul Ekman. For people who don't know Paul Ekman, go get on your favorite search engine and look at Paul Ekman. I love the guy. Fabulous guy. But the other the other statement that I had is, in the 90s, when I was in detectives, almost the entire 90s until the very end, the stats that the sheriff's department didn't want you to know in sex assaults was that, depending upon the month and the year, it ranged from 40 to 50% of the reports of rapes in this county were false, which meant, in translation, that each one of these cases had to be investigated, and only after the investigation occurred, taking investigatory time and money away from valid claims, still in all, 40 to 50% of those claims were found to be, for a myriad of reasons, too many to go into right here, patently false.
Yeah. So I guess the bottom line is this, and I know we're wrapping up right now.
Yes, we are.
I think Kavanaugh will be confirmed, absent some unforeseen bombshell. I don't know this woman. She may be a really nice woman. She might not be. I think the evidence points more in Kavanaugh's favor than hers. My caveat is I have no idea what fucking happened. I wasn't there.
No.
Back then.
Will we ever know? The answer is no.
No. You'll never know 100% one way or another.
No.
You can't.
No. You can't.
There is no physical evidence that's going to prove her case, and he can't prove a negative.
Yep.
So there is no way you will ever get 100% of the truth, which is unfortunate for Brett Kavanaugh if he is innocent. And I'll tell you what, it's unfortunate.
He could be painted just like Clarence Thomas.
And it's unfortunate for her if it did happen. That we'll never know the truth.
Yeah.
True?
There are so many other ways that this could have worked and simply didn't.
Yep.
At all. Folks, thanks for listening tonight. Thanks to Mike, to Dave, to Whiskey Dale, to Mary, to Beantown Billy, to ACOG, Beantown Billy, and ACOG, new guy in chat. We'll be back next. Well, we may not be back next week, but
I will not be here next
week. But the Bloviating Zeppelins Berserk Bobcat Saloon Radio Show.
We'll have a special show that night.
Will be live and direct tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. God bless. People, take care. Be safe.
Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com. Listen, you've been making house payments for years, right? And right now, your home's value has never been higher, right? That means you're likely sitting on a small fortune in equity. Good for you. That's cash that you could use to help secure your retirement, solve all your financial burdens, enable you to travel, everything you want. The catch is, you're not ready to move. No problem. You don't have to with the TrueHold Sell and Stay Leaseback program. This is a genius financial strategy. You sell your home to TrueHold while its value is high. You bank all that equity in cash now, and you can stay as long as you like with an easy, affordable lease. And TrueHold pays property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. TrueHold unlocks your wealth without uprooting your life. Get a TrueHold offer now while your home's value is sky high. Call 1-855-300-9993. That's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out without moving out. TrueHold.com.